Welcome to Emuna is Our Future with free healing. It's free. Yes, we are at a point where, thank God, just like this live feed is free at this point, and hopefully it's working. We still haven't yet got the live Wi-Fi, so excuse me if it's going to be going up and down. But the good news is we're sitting in this beautiful studio again, second week, and we are holding at a special time, and we're going to go into this special time together. It's something which is a unified experience. It's not just me talking to whoever. This is something which we are experiencing together, and once again we will get the edited version up by the end of the week, please God, and also the audio goes out on our Emuna podcast. I shouldn't forget to mention, we posted underneath, the Breslov Israel podcast, thank God, comes out full quality straight away, right after the class. We go put it up there, and I'm happy to share that kind of focus and inspiration to you guys and online. So please share the link. We want Emuna to go viral in a good way so we can counteract this coronavirus challenge with positive content, Emuna content, unity content that focuses everyone to a better place. And this is like where it's at. So everybody has that opportunity to be a part of this experience. And today we're talking about free healing. It's free. The healing comes from heaven. That's right. And it's a very well-known concept, a very well-known custom that during Rosh Chodesh, Iyar, and beyond the whole month of Iyar, which is Rosh Tevis, is the first letters, Ani Hashem Roifecho, that I am Hashem, your healer, that all you have to do is open your mouth, it's free, and the rain comes. They're not charging us on the rain yet, thank God, nor on the water, hopefully, and you're able to drink it. And it comes in, this rain, and it already happened on this Shabbat that was Pasha's Tazriya Matzorah. We had a double Pasha, just like this week also, a double Pasha, Achrei Mos Kedoshim, and we have the opportunity to drink in the Shabbos on the daytime. It rained very nicely. Personally, it was on my balcony, and ingest some of the water from heaven. So for some reason, Ani Hashem Rafecha, this month, Hashem is your healer, and it's a free segula, free opportunity to heal somewhat on some spiritual level. We'll have to explain it a bit more through the class and exactly what healing is, how it works, and maybe some other speakers that we have like Rabbi or Rav Arush. If you tune into our nightly class, and we have to thank again Rav Shalom Arush for hosting in our new studio in Chutz Chesed as part of Breslov Israel. And we have to thank him that he allows us to be in this wonderful place and host online and all the platforms that we have, including our Facebook and, right now the YouTube's going up and down, so we apologize there. Once again, hopefully next week we'll have the Wi-Fi. This is a new studio, and it will be a clear post coming through, and as good as the, please God, as the edited version, if not a little bit more vibrant, because it will be live. So you guys, maybe you can even put some comments below, interact, it will make it a bit more interesting, and we can have a bit more of a feeling of community. And that's something which personally everyone right now during this time, and I feel this is a big part of the healing process that we all need to go through, we all need a bit more healing. Like everyone needs a bit more healing and more community. And that in itself goes together. This idea of connection, of joining up. Thank you for joining us finally. Worked over here on YouTube. Joining us together, it gives us the ability to feel a little bit less alone. And that in itself is a big boost to the immune system. I was talking to people recently about the power of the outside healthy experience, of more healthy lifestyle. And right now with the shutdown, and thank God finally the lessening of these restrictions, we now have the opportunity a little bit to go again a little bit more outside. Personally I was still walking around a little bit, trying to get some sun, some exercise, and obviously the healthy lifestyle goes together with how you eat. That it's very important to eat in a healthy way, as more wholesome food as possible, more natural ingredients. And thankfully, I was just listening to Rabbi Alana Nova, he was reminding us, it's a little bit more intense, his style of how he's experiencing everything, but very, very nicely he did say how important it is to get rid of the microwave. And thankfully I haven't had one of those for many years, to be able to eat food that's actually cooked in a more natural process and not to have all these radio waves and other kinds of things that affects our health and well-being. So with that said, we're going to talk a little about where we are spiritually, so we can understand how this helps us come to a more healing environment. And once again, anywhere that we're missing on these live feeds, please God, we'll get it out on the edited version. So let's start. So the Sefirat Omer, which is where we are now, we are counting our way towards Har Sinai, towards Kabbalat Torah, towards an opportunity to connect to Shavuos, to a very spiritual, special time that we're in. We have the opportunity to really understand right now is the week of Tiferes, a week of truth, a week of harmony. And that already goes together, like we said in the post below, that Hashem is communicating directly to us through time. Time is just a vessel, a kli for Hashem to connect with us in reality. And this moment right now is the Sefirat, is the divine emanation of creation of Tiferes. We are working on the midot of Tiferet, the midas, the character traits of emes, of Tiferes, harmonization, together with all the other 7 attributes, the divine attributes that we've already slowly introducing in our class. And this concept of Tiferes is already a sweetening on some level, a hamtaka, a little bit reduction of the judgment that we got during the Sefirat of Gevurah, or like we spoke about last week, taking that inner strength and using that as a midah tova, using it as a good thing. So too this week, now we're reducing a little bit the strength side, the Gevurah, the judgmental side, and we're harmonizing it with kindness to come out with mercy and rachamim, and it manifests in reality because everything goes through Hashem's creation, his blueprint, through how he created the world. Mistachel B'Raisa Borealma, that Hashem looked into the Torah and created the world. So these divine emanations are literally impacting the policy making of the government and the reality that we're living. So right now in Eretz Yisrael and Yerushalayim, the restrictions have lessened and lessened. There will be a lockdown for Yom HaZikaron and Yom Ha'atzmaut, which is coming up, which is the special days of remembrance, and also of Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Independence Day for this Medina, this country we live in Israel. And we have to thank Hashem that we are sitting in Yerushalayim, we're not sitting in somewhere else in the world, and we're able to share in this wonderful place together light of Torah and Emuna teachings, Emuna class, and comes together this concept of Sefirat Omer. So we have to harmonize a little bit. Once again, we're always trying to breathe. Remember, we're in the moment. We're not just running. Life doesn't have to be pressured as much as we make it, and that we can actually slow down a moment and be in the moment. And that really will be our focus today. It's a concept that I remember reading many years ago from Stephen Covey of first things first, and being able to get your time management in the right way. And Tiferes, emes, and the third week, for me, is very symbolic of that challenge of being able to prioritize correctly. Prioritization makes a big difference. Who you're prioritized on, what your values, what your goals, and where to put them in your day, how to use time effectively. This is something which people like Tim Ferriss and Tony Robbins, famous speakers out there and thought leaders, they've already put out very successful ways of explaining how to use these techniques and to come out with something which is very vibrant and practical and can help people be more effective in their life, so they can be more empowered. So when you have a day and you wake up in the morning and you look at your schedule, you have, hopefully with your priorities, you know when to do what to do. So for example, today, 2 o'clock on Monday, weekly, we try to do an Emuna class. So I know to prepare that morning, hopefully a class that's effective for you guys to join me in. And that's an example that was set up as a fixed part, as a priority, that weekly we should have a Emuna class. The weekly we should have Emuna content going out through Rav Arush on a nightly level. We have on a daily level the daily halakhic corner from Rav Elgrod. And we have the opportunity to constantly tune in to how to be effective with our time. So everyone in their own way can create their own Emuna content and share their Emuna feed and give over concepts of how Emuna is affecting your life. So, for example, the coronavirus challenge, which is a very big challenge for all of us, we had the opportunity to bring the concepts of Emuna, to realize that this would not be happening if Hashem wasn't manifesting it to happen. And once again, we have to thank all the health professionals who are helping us heal on a practical level, the doctors and nurses and professionals out there, and even the politicians on level, hopefully are doing something purposeful and not just political. And they're actually making a difference in a good way. And we also have to thank, please God, all the people that are providing the food and the resources and the ability to communicate, like this wonderful team here, and the overall online world. And once again, we will get this live feed at a higher level because I see it going up and down, unfortunately. And that up and down is a challenge, but that is where we're at right now. I did do my work to make sure the Wi-Fi should be here, and it wasn't. So what do? We can give up? No, we'll give a class. Thank God we have other things that are working successfully, and hopefully you guys will then catch up on those other platforms where we have a good flow of a class without all these ups and downs of technology, of Wi-Fi going up and down. So that's an example when, on a daily level, how we can put out time in our schedule that's meaningful. And it was interesting today, I spoke to someone about the unified real recovery concept that I mentioned in the previous class, and also Rabbi Arush's vision, this concept of these visions of creating positive communal experiences online and communal experiences therapeutically and recovery-wise. So I spoke to someone today, a very close person who was a big part of my journey and helping my return to Hashem. He was the first person to put tefillin on me, and also there was obviously a lot of story behind it, but we'll keep that private for now. And he mentioned how important it is to be very definitive and make sure you have time to be able to slowly build these wonderful projects that all of us want to build together. All of us have projects. All of us have goals and dreams, things we're passionate about. And this time is a very powerful, profound time to get that clearer, to get the time frames for where you can manifest that project in reality. Because there has to be a little bit of incremental development. You need to be able to have a few minutes here to develop this project that you're into, or this passion, this dream, a few minutes there. So for example, in our Emuna we have a certain amount of time a day where we can put out Emuna content and put it out there at certain moments, and all you guys, please God, tune in and share it on to your networks. And then we have a world that has more Emuna, and the teachings of Rabbi Arush go out through the Tzaddikim of Rabbi Nachman ben Feiga, ben Simcha, and all the other Tzaddikim. Like today is the yahrzeit of Reb Shayla Kerastira. We had the picture on the YouTube post. I mean, if anything comes from this YouTube live feed, which right now doesn't seem like much is going out, at least there's a beautiful picture of a tzaddik sitting there facing everybody, whoever tuned into the video. So this Reb Shaya Kerastira was someone who was a tremendous Hachnasas Orchim. He did tremendous Hachnasas Orchim. He was about Arech. He was able to bring in constantly guests into his home and to serve them. And one of the also profound concepts of healing comes out through Shabbos food. When you eat Shabbos food, it has a power in it to give healing. So this Shabbos, not only did we have the rain from Rosh Chodesh, so we were able to drink that in, but we also had the Shabbos food that we eat every week has a power of healing in it, and even they say even the leftovers have a power of healing. So Reb Shayla, as people who've come out from him, like we have Laser Shiner in Uman. If everyone's been to Uman, and everyone right now should be davening that this year, whoever's interested in the Uman experience should be able to manifest as a reality this year. Who knows? Going on a plane and having the special, instead of just this cool black mask here that my wife made, we have a breast of one with a breast of logo, and it'll be so exciting to see like how we can put it out there and how it's going to happen, like visualize, like Gedalia Fenster said so well, to visualize Uman and all the Israelis and Nanachs and everyone, Breslovers wearing with the Breslov logo on the mask. It was a nice concept, but the idea is that we should realize there's healing in all these things in Shabbos food, and when you eat during the week and all the kindness. And the Reb Shayla was an example. He lived kindness. He was able to be able to bring people in, and like our predecessor of Avram Avinu, he was able to do kindness. So this is something which we can all do on a daily level online now. We can share positive information, we can inspire, we can phone up our relatives, we can WhatsApp chat or Zoom chat or whatever we use, Skype. I don't know if anyone uses that anymore, but we could tune in and inspire other people just through a message, through phone calls, through Skype chats, through video chats, however it goes. Like I said, we can build real projects that can really change the world. That's something which, like I said, a unified recovery, people to feel a place, a safe space to be able to have therapeutic experiences, have an environment that's inspiring and uplifting, and to once again to create a lifestyle that's actually very healthy and builds love in your home, in your heart, in how you experience life with more prioritization. What are we here for? To know the truth, that will bring freedom. That will bring the true freedom. So, for example, that we have many people who are feeling very restricted in this whole time period. And thankfully, we're slowly lessening some of those restrictions in certain places. So the opportunity during Sefirat Omer is not to just say, oh, okay, so, it's all science and what the doctors say or what the news says. The Hashem himself is communicating to us that slowly with the restrictions lessening, now we can start to rebuild a new lifestyle that's more healthy, that has the right prioritization, it has family first and knows how to put your goals and values into your schedule, so you're manifesting your true passions, your true purpose, your true mission. So your life is much more fulfilling. And once you're in tune with that fulfillment, then it's a life that's much more successful, because success is really a measuring stick that, people have, made all different things. We can choose it to be from what our true purpose is, what our real goals are, who we are, be'etzem. Who are we? So we spoke about it last week that we're Am Yisrael, we're a nation, and we have inner strength, and we have the power to turn around this world and to make it into a place of holiness. But there's also this reality in our daily life and our reality of work and how we do things, how we schedule ourselves, how we live our day, how much time we use on these machines like Netflix and all this other stuff, social media, how much we're available online. So for example, right now, this YouTube video, it's like the live feed just hasn't worked at all. The phone, the internet's really not good enough. But then what do we do? So we use the time to then tune into the audio when we're going for a jog, or like I said, that's why we put it on the podcast platform. There's other ways to use your time if you can't sit and look at a video screen. So thank God we have other ways to use audio format. We have, thank God, you can read. There is still reading material. We always put a little statement in all our posts and pictures, and try to give all the different formats. There's TikTok, which is much more quick and instant. Lots of fun things going on there with Arush doing wonderful inspirational moments of him. Where we just had one with a bris, is a very popular one already, and he's wearing a mask and getting the olam to jump and be happy and get them out of this funk that a lot of people might be feeling right now. We don't want to be depressed. We want to be happy. We want to have joy, and we don't want to let technology and our limitations hold us back, and that will lead us towards this freedom. By the way, you see, if I touch my nose, I did just before we start, once again, I did spray. So we got the spray, make sure we're healthy, and keeping all the WHO guidelines, thankfully, and all our country's guidelines. We want to always keep that together. And there was a letter, by the way, which I did post. I didn't mention it as much as I wanted to last week, but it was posted on our President of Israel, a letter from the World Health Organization, which someone attributed that for a religious organization, I don't like to use the word religion, but that's how they're labeled, and they were able to put on that letter how much benefit is gained from having a community and having spiritual leaders to inspire, especially during this time where the way of a person's mindset and his ability to fight any viruses or any illness, God forbid, is very much to do to being healthy and healing, is very much to do with the well-being of a person, not just on a physical level, but also on an emotional and spiritual level, that we should be in a more elevated. And this is from the WHO. This is not just rabbis talking. This is or spiritual teachers. This is from a World Health Organization. Scientists understand the power of the immune system is very much connected, and psychosomatic, as John Sarno and other great healers out there, they spoke about how it's very much connected. How you feel and think and process things affects your well-being. So all of us together have that responsibility to elevate a little bit, to give a little bit more joy to the people around us, to put out content that inspires, that gives energy and a prioritizes, and we can use our time to do that. Like, even if they are watching something on Netflix, God forbid, like personally, I saw something about the Queen and Winston Churchill. So you could take something from the Queen, the Malchus, the kingship of the Queen, and how she was a royal person, a noble person, or at least trying to be a noble person, and Winston Churchill with his intelligence and his wise sayings, and to be able to create change of that time and manifest something that was hopefully positive for the world. So we can, and also personally, you can cry, where's our kingship? Where is our Malchus? Where is our kingship of Israel? Where's Melech Mashiach? Where is the Beis Hamikdash? We can cry for it, we can pray for it, and we should. We have times in our day a little bit more, like it was very clear from this Dr. Benjamin Epstein that Gedalia put on, that he's right. We have time now to do a Spodidus. What excuse do we have? Everyone should be doing a Spodidus. You have the books from Rav Arush, you have the Garden of Emuna series. Everyone can learn the books now. There's a bit more time. Order the books. Our warehouse is still putting out thousands of books. Like I said last week, we put out hundreds of books to just one person who donated very nicely, and we're able to share hundreds of books, which he's then going to share. So there's the concepts of a Spodidus are out there. It's clear when you can thankfully people send me questions and Ravel God responds. I send an email, we forward with this and that, phone calls here and there, and we're able to help as much as possible as we're able to, and be able to get the concepts of Emuna and Spodidus, the power of a Spodidus right now, to talk to God in your private room, to have real intimate communication with God, and to pray for your loved ones, to pray for the Golas Hashchina, the exile that we're in, to not give up on doing your special work, your purposeful work, to pray to have the time to be able to be there for your family and the focus. And this is something which all of us on some level are there. So we'll end off today's Emuna class. The Facebook thankfully lasted till now, but now it's pretty much gone. So we're going to send this out there, please God, and I wish everyone a beautiful week. Tiferes and Netzach is coming up, to be victorious, and then go all the way through this special time, all the way to Shavuos, together and beyond, out this coronavirus challenge into a new world, a world of joy, a world of simcha, to envision it, a world where we can dance and be together and have love and positivity, and all these judgments go away. And please God, we'll be able to share many, many positive things together. And thank you for tuning in to Emuna's Our Future. We're free. It doesn't cost anything to heal. Hashem is giving over healing energy in the world. It doesn't cost you nothing. Just tune in, allow yourself to experience it. If it's from the rain, it's from the Emuna teachings, allow yourself to experience the power of healing that goes on during the special month of working on yourself, getting yourself into the right mindset, so you can have a beautiful life and a life of well-being. And we should only hear good news from all our friends, and wonderful days ahead. Amen.